Before the stars were born, before light pierced the silence, there was the abyss, a chasm without measure, a darkness without beginning. It was not merely emptiness, it was the womb of chaos, where silence screamed and eternity waited to awaken. And from that infinite void, creation trembled into being. But even as the heavens took form, even as the angels sang the first song of light, there remained a place untouched by the Creator's voice, a prison carved from the absence of His presence, the abyss. And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him was given the key to the bottomless pit. And he opened the pit of the abyss, and there arose smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened by the reason of the smoke. Revelation chapter 9, verse 1 and 2. In that moment, heaven's silence was broken, the pit opened, and from within the abyss came a breath, not of life, but of remembrance. From within its depths were those who once stood among the stars, the fallen, the chained, the forsaken, cast down for their defiance, bound in eternal night, their wings turned to ash, their light extinguished. The abyss became their tomb and their prophecy, a place not of death, but of waiting. They whisper still, beneath the veil of creation, calling through the ages, yearning for the hour when the seal will break, and the world above will tremble once more. For when the abyss opens again, the earth shall remember the voices it has long feared to hear. And from the smoke came locusts upon the earth, and they had a king over them, the angel of the abyss, whose name in Hebrew is Abaddon, and in Greek, Apollyon, the destroyer. Long before the first human drew breath, before the flood washed the earth clean, there was a war in heaven. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought, and his angels, and prevailed not. Revelation chapter 12, verse 7. Pride was born in the heart of the morning star, and with him, the third of heaven turned their gaze away from the throne. They sought to raise their own dominion above the clouds, to ascend above the stars of God. But light cannot dwell with darkness, and heaven, once pure, was torn asunder. When the battle ended, the victors wept, for the war had scorched eternity itself. And the defeated, the radiant ones now veiled in shadow, were cast down, their voices swallowed by the void. For if God spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness, to be reserved unto judgment. 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 4. Thus was the abyss born, not as a creation of chaos, but as a prison of divine order, a wound in the fabric of heaven, sealed beneath the world of men. Here, the fallen were bound with chains not forged of metal, but of judgment itself. Their cries became the rumble of the earth, their anguish, the tremor beneath mountains. In the Book of Enoch, it is written, "And he made a great abyss, burning with fire, into which the stars of heaven that transgressed were bound, until the day of their judgment. And there they remain, the watchers, the rebels, the children of the morning, imprisoned in silence, dreaming of the light they betrayed. Yet even in their chains, they whisper the same ancient vow, when the key turns, when the pit opens, our wings shall rise once more." But the key to the abyss was hidden, not lost, but guarded until the appointed hour, when the destroyer shall ascend, and the world shall tremble beneath the shadow of its own rebellion. In the darkness beneath creation, where light dares not tread, there is movement, not the stir of life, but the breath of something ancient, something waiting. For though the fallen lie bound in chains of judgment, their prison is not unguarded. There stands one, the keeper of the abyss. He is the warden between heaven's decree and hell's defiance. His name, whispered by prophets and feared by kings, Abaddon. In the Greek tongue, Apollyon, the destroyer. and they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in Hebrew is Abaddon, but in Greek had his name Apollyon. Revelation chapter 9 verse 11. Some say he was forged from the wrath of God himself, a being of pure judgment, created not to rebel, but to contain rebellion. Others say he is the first of the fallen, chained in the abyss not as a prisoner, but as ruler over the damned. In his hand lies the key to the bottomless pit, a relic older than time, its power sealed until the appointed trumpet shall sound. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years, and cast him into the bottomless pit. Revelation chapter 20 verse 1 to 3. But prophecy tells of a day when the key will turn again, not to seal, but to open. And from the pit shall rise smoke like a furnace, blotting out the sun. Then shall the air tremble with wings, not of angels, but of locusts with faces of men and hearts of wrath. And at their head the destroyer himself shall ascend, no longer a warden, but a harbinger. His purpose renewed, his silence broken, his eyes burning with the memory of divine fire. The key turns, the pit breathes, the abyss remembers. And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him was given the key to the bottomless pit. Revelation chapter 9 verse 1. The heavens shuddered, the sea grew still, and the earth, the cradle of man, began to crack. A great roar rose from beneath creation, the sound of chains breaking, of ancient gates creaking open. Smoke poured out like the breath of 1,000 furnaces. It rose into the heavens, darkening the sun and the air, until the world itself seemed swallowed by shadow. And from the smoke came the locusts, not of the earth, but of judgment. Their wings sounded like chariots rushing into battle. Their faces bore the likeness of men, eyes filled with fury, hair like flame. Upon their heads were crowns of gold, and upon their bodies the armor of the pit. And to them was given power, not to kill, but to torment those who bore not the seal of God upon their foreheads. For 5 months they would reign, and their sting was as the sting of a scorpion. And in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. Revelation chapter 9 verse 6. And above them all, upon the wings of destruction, rode their king, Abaddon, the destroyer, not as a creature of chaos, but as judgment made flesh. His voice was the echo of divine wrath, the silence of heaven giving form. He did not come to conquer, nor to rule, but to remind creation of what it had forgotten, that every rebellion bears its reckoning. The locusts swept across the world like living fire, their light blotting out the firmament. Men fell to their knees, not in worship, but in terror, for even death had turned away. And through the smoke and flame, the destroyer spoke but one word, a whisper carried on the wind. Remember. Remember the oaths forgotten. Remember the chains broken. Remember the light that once was yours. Then, as swiftly as they came, the locusts vanished into the dark from whence they came. The smoke receded. The world lay in ruin, but not destroyed. For the abyss does not end the world, it reminds it. The smoke has lifted. The skies, once veiled in shadow, breathe again. The locusts are gone. The destroyer has returned to his prison, and the world stands, trembling beneath the silent sun. The abyss has closed, but its echo remains. For the abyss is not merely a place, it is a mirror. It reflects the rebellion of angels and the arrogance of man. It is the shadow beneath all creation, the reminder that even light casts darkness. In the heart of every world and every soul, there lies an abyss waiting to be awakened. Some flee from it, others are consumed by it. But the wise, They look into it and learn what it means to be small before the infinite. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. Revelation chapter 20, verse 1 to 3. The abyss was sealed once more, but prophecy whispers that one day, when the trumpets sound again, the pit shall open, not in wrath, but in revelation. For even judgment serves as the hand of the Creator, and even the destroyer moves by his will. The abyss sleeps now, beneath the world of men, its gates sealed in silence, its keeper watching, waiting. And when the stars grow dim, and heaven's patience wanes, the sound of that key shall echo once more, and the world will remember what it means to tremble before its maker. The abyss never dies, it only waits.